What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Daily Zest. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the show. Hope everyone is doing well. Sorry I'm a few minutes late, friends, but I had some stuff to do. Had some things to take care of. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. This is the last and final Daily Zest of the week, so let's make it count, my friends. Make sure to smash these likes, subscribe, share the stream out with friends so more people know what's going on with Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, the banks, everything in this world. I got you, fam. Don't worry. Again, we have a goal of 100 likes and 100 live viewers, so let's make sure we get after it. I see you guys are hype. We already have over 30 likes in the chat. Let's keep getting after it. We are the most hype chat in crypto. You guys know the vibe. Also, you guys know the vibe with Market Cipher. Make sure to check out Market Cipher. Link is in the live chat and description. Use code missteencrypto or code Zesty for 20% off. Better be using that link, my friends. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. It's nice to see you guys. You guys are all beautiful individuals. I want to say hi to you guys. This chat was absolutely popping off before I got here, so thank you guys for waiting patiently. We have No G giving all the hype in the chat. Colin McKenzie is in the chat. Crypto Outcast. We have NG in the chat. We got John Germain, Gary Gensler. Gary, I thought you're finally back. You know, I've been missing you, Gary. I thought you abandoned me. I thought you felt safe with me, Gary. Is this true? Do you still love me, Gary? Let me know. Ozzy is in the chat. We got Randy A. We got Zippy in the chat. Alexandra G. What's up? Kenny O with all the hype in the chat as well. B Team Crypto. Nice to see you guys as well. We got ZXX5. Who else is here? John Legend. What's up? Woof. We got beautiful people in the chat. Joe is here. Mr. NC. RPM. What's up? We got Joe Network Bits. He said about time. Ooh, Joe. I feel a little bit of salt. I feel like Joe's got a little bit of salt over there. I'm just kidding. It's nice to see you, Joe. Much love. Oh man, 13, always with the love here. Thank you. Rusty Bot here as well. And Rusty Bot, I heard you gifted Randy a membership, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. You're an absolute G for that. We also have Mr. Strap here as well. Oh my gosh, beautiful people, bad boys here. Ninja, woof. Thank you guys for coming. My Crypto Space UK, Jim Montgomery, nice to see you as well. It's been a minute, my friend. Hope you're doing well with your cool swaggy vehicle. He knows what I'm talking about. We got Brokoshi in the chat as well. We're going to talk about everything, my friends. It is a beautiful day. I just put up a poll in the chat. Tony Tiger, hello on TikTok. Let me turn TikTok over here so that way you can see, like, you know, what I'm up to. All right. And Retro Mike is here. He said much love. That's gonna make Joe's face red. Well, Joe is awesome, so don't diss Joe, Mike. And you're awesome too. Much love for you, Geek of All Trades, and everyone you had on that stream. And Geek of All Trades, I don't think is here, but if he is here and I missed him, then hello. We're gonna get into the charts. I know I was just like, Dio said hello from North Korea. Oh, well, hello, Dio. Ryan, what's up with you on TikTok? Kimo, nice to see ya. All right, let's get into it. Boopity doop. And again, make sure you guys are smashing these likes, sharing the stream out with friends. You know what the vibe is. We're gonna continue into the Bitcoin charts. All right, we're having a little bit of a volatile time with Bitcoin, guys. I love Bitcoin, you guys know that, but you know, I'm waiting for a pump. I feel like something's about to happen, my friends. Let's get into it. We have $27,058 Bitcoin. Hold on one second. Boop, boop. Okay, that's better. We have $27,000 Bitcoin approximately. We're down 1.27% today. Market Cipher is telling us that we are still in the red in terms of money flow. Come on. What is going on, Bitcoin? Again, it's really not that crazy. I mean, we're just below the zero line. We've been treading that zero line basically since the 14th. So it's been about 4 days since we've been treading this zero line. Now, I do think that maybe we could pop up here in terms of money flow because a lot of people want to get into Bitcoin, but this is the start of the Bitcoin conference down in Miami. And, you know, every time there is a Bitcoin conference, there is a dump in the Bitcoin market, the crypto market. So it's all a little bit explainable. Now, we do have Bitcoin again at the bottom of our range here, sitting at around the bottom of our range right here was 27,092 approximately, but now we are sitting at 27,058. So it seems like this level is just giving us a really hard time. Even we saw that wick low the other day that was at 25.8. So I don't know, is this indicative of a future level that we're going to see? I hope not. I hope that this is just an accumulation phase, just like right here, and we could just consolidate and pop off here with Bitcoin. That is my hope. That is what I would like to see, especially because the bank stocks really aren't doing that well still. Now we have Signature Bank. When Signature Bank went down, that's when we saw like a really nice pimp with Bitcoin. I do expect to see the same again if we have more trouble within the TradFi system, which we know is obviously inevitable. Now, we're looking for a lot of volume here too, which we're not seeing a lot of volume, period. All the traders are partying in Miami, getting a little bit crunk. Guys, we need to lay off those beverages in Miami and go back to our computers and trade some Bitcoin. I'm just kidding. But honestly, I think what's going on right now is pretty cool for Bitcoin. It's maintaining where it is. It's really not volatile like a lot of people are expecting it. It's really just hovering this 27,000 range, which again, it has been hovering since March 17th. So it's been around 2 months since we saw a little bit more movement with Bitcoin. But again, I think this is good. 2 months sideways trading means that there is a move incoming, and it's just any day now. This is what happens every cycle. And I was talking to a friend about it yesterday, where whether you're a content creator, whether you are a trader, whatever it may be, whatever your developer, whatever you play a part, whatever role you play in this space, the market will push you to the limit. It will say, I will tire you out. Oh, you don't want a sideways trade for 2 months? We'll deal with that, because that's what Bitcoin wants to do. And it hurts us. It hurts us to watch. But when we see some nice gains like we saw since the beginning of the year, where we saw over 70% upside, that takes patience. That takes time. We remember there was 2 months where it was nap time. People were sleeping on Bitcoin. They had a lot of time to get into Bitcoin. And then they kind of missed 15K. Now, here we are at 27K. Are people going to see this as a buying opportunity? I mean, listen, I feel like anything under 30K Bitcoin is a gift, but that's just my opinion. We're going to continue moving on, though. We're going to talk about Ethereum. Ethereum's not doing too much. It's down 0.68%. Now, we were talking here on the market Cipher chart concerning some momentum. We're looking for a momentum buildup. It seems like, this could be a nice momentum wave where we're just seeing, like, instead of just like an anchor wave, 2 trigger waves or whatever it may be after that, like I was theorizing, maybe it could just be one huge momentum shift that just goes like this. Wah! Onto the other side, which we have seen before with market Cipher. We saw it here. We saw it here. So we have seen places where, of course, there's been an anchor wave, trigger wave, then a pop. But we also have seen instances like this where we just have a lot of momentum building up, we print a green dot, and we just shift that to the other side, which is kind of a little bit similar to what we're seeing here. I would like to see a little bit move with momentum. I would like to see the VWAP maybe head below that zero line and pop back above, give us a little bit more confidence. But again, we're at $1,800 Ethereum about $1,809 today. We're treading the top of our little range right here, which is $1,814. We've just been watching this for a while now, my friends. Sideways trading had wicks up to that point all the way back in mid-March. We tested that level, we failed, we went back above it to $2,100 Ethereum, and then we slipped back down, and we've been sideways trading here ever since. Now, could I see us just maybe staying in between this range for a little bit longer, sideways trading, maybe here, sure. But I could also see this being like a little bit of a spring. Like here, we were sideways trading for a while, then we popped back above. We sideways traded here for a while, then we popped back above. So I'm pretty interested to see what Ethereum wants to do next, especially because if you look at market Cipher, we're still looking pretty good in terms of money flow. It's starting to dwindle down a little bit, but not by much. So I think a lot of people are still trading meme coins. People are still really interested in Ethereum. So I can't picture Ethereum being that dramatic in terms of price action. I mean, of course, if Bitcoin starts making dramatic moves, Ethereum will likely follow it because it's more dependent on Bitcoin than, let's say, something like Litecoin, which makes its own moves, which we will talk about in a minute. Again, we're looking for that volume. We have the highest volume I see right here, obviously, is when we took that huge dip down in November. This is when FTX happened. This was nap time right here. Right here was nap time. And that's where we saw a really high influx of volume. And it's, of course, bearish volume. Why? It's just we got to deal with this stuff. But sorry. Now we're going to see hopefully a little more increase in volume here. I would like to see the same amount of volume here in November and here in May. So hopefully we see that. I think we're bound for a move. I think there's just been a lot of sideways trading where Ethereum wants to go up and it just, like here, retested this $2,000 level and just went down. So we're waiting. Oh my gosh, Ray, thank you for the hanging lights. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. We're going to move on to Litecoin. Litecoin is so spicy, guys. And we were talking about yesterday how Litecoin continued to make higher lows. Like here in December, we were at $64. We pumped up. And then we came back down and we had a new higher low. We did not go all the way down to this wick low of 61. We did have a wick low of 65, but it is a higher low. So I find this really interesting how whenever Litecoin pumps, it comes back down. And it makes, again, a higher low. This is the third higher low in a row. And if you could see that Litecoin's been trending up the past few days, and you've been seeing a lot of bullish volume coming in, which is absolutely great. We're seeing that almost the same levels, close, not quite, but close to the same levels that we saw on this nice run up from $60 all the way up to $90. And this nice high right here was in mid-January, January 14th. Now, again, this range is coming back into play with Litecoin, where we're between $90 and $102. So I'm looking for my next level. We were talking about yesterday after breaking 91 was 95. We did see a wick high too. Let me get rid of this arrow so I could see better. We did see a wick high of $94.90. I saw on another app that we did hit $95 exactly, which was our target. Again, we wanted to see $95 Litecoin, and we've had some resistance, as you can see in the past, at $95. My goal again is still 95. We're at $91.52 on the new day. We're down 2.5%. Again, Litecoin is leading in the red, but we were seeing yesterday, and we've been seeing even last night, that Litecoin is typically leading in the green, and it doesn't need Bitcoin or Ethereum to make a move before it does. As you can clearly see, Litecoin started to go down before Ethereum did, before Bitcoin did, and a lot of the times, but when Litecoin goes back up, so will Bitcoin. But I want to ask you guys, drop a 1 in the chat if you guys are bullish on Litecoin, and drop a 2 if you think we're going to see under $90 Litecoin today. Again, we're at $91 Litecoin. Drop a 1 for green and drop a 2 for red. The next level I'm seeing beyond 95, I'm looking for $102 Litecoin. That was our we saw that wick high over here. We actually had a close at 101.96. So I guess that's my next target as well for Litecoin. I want to see $101 or at the top of our range 102. And then if you really want to get spicy, I want to see us close above this wick high we saw all the way back on my birthday, February 16th of 105. I remember my birthday, Litecoin was pumping. I was like, let's go. Retro Mike, of course you put a 3. Of course you did. Kenio said 1 because I want to see my zesty family happy. You are making me happy. You always make me happy, Kenio. And listen, dude, this is your opinion. I'm not going to shame you guys for having an opinion. If you think you're going to see some red, then be honest with me. Be honest. And I see we have some 1s over here on TikTok. Very nice. Very nice. You guys are bullish on the Litecoins over there. Again, Litecoin's doing really great. I'm happy with Litecoin being independent. And of course, people are flocking to Litecoin right now, which we will talk about. I have a little bit of an article about Litecoin today. Doge is kind of following Litecoin. Litecoin's down 2.6%. Doge is down 1.3%. And of course, why I talk about Doge is because it's zesty. It is a actual decentralized blockchain. It's not like other meme coins. And of course, Elon has a lot to do with Doge. And I think Doge is going to play a big role in the future in terms of not just being a meme coin, but being something that it could be an actual currency, because you could use Doge as a currency. It's feasible. Also, people are now building on Dogecoin as well, making DRC20 tokens. So here we go. We have some green money flow for Doge. We have some momentum building up here, which I really do love seeing a lot of momentum building up here for Doge. The VWAP is still doing pretty well, this yellow wave. So we are seeing a little bit of a curvature move here with Doge, a little bit of a circle. And I think we're going to see, hopefully, Doge trend back to 8 cents, because we did see a high yesterday of over 7.5 cents, which is something I wanted to see. I want to trend up above 7.5 cents, maintain 7.5 cents, and go to 8 cent Doge. We need to see volume like here, but of course, this is when a lot of people were going off about Doge because it was actually the logo of Twitter. So we're going to hopefully rebuild and go back to that point. And there you go. If you guys have any other requests, then let me know. I could take a gander. We have automatic beats. We have Jimmy, the coolest kid ever. The Choppa. What's up, Jimmy? Thank you for coming. We got Oscar in the chat saying cookies. I want cookies. You want me to look at Pepe? I can look at Pepe. I don't mind. What's up, Mark Lane? Thank you for joining today. Let's take a look at Dex Tools. I will do some Pepe for you. I will do some Pepe. Hold on. I'm waiting for Dex tools to load. I will continue to look at the chat. Retro Mike, 1PRC20 on Pigeon. You're hilarious, dude. I love that you're talking about Pigeon all the time. Makes me laugh. We have RPM. It says we love spicy. Yes, we have to love spice. We have to love spice. Come on, friends. You can't live life without spice. We're gonna talk. Here we go. Gary Gensler in the chat. Please don't get mad that I'm talking about Pepe. All right, calm down. It's okay. Meme coins are cool. Here we go. We got Pepe right now. This is the daily chart for Pepe. We're seeing Pepe kind of sideways trade. It's been trending down the past few days. Ray, thank you for the corgi. Shouts to you. I love my corgis. Now we have Pepe. Obviously, we saw some nice heights with Pepe, but we are trending towards the top of our range here. Now, we were sideways trading for a while with Pepe around that 73.11 mark to the 1590 mark. So we've been looking at this for a long time with Pepe, pretty much since May 1st. We obviously broke out, but we've been trending back to this range. We retested this level. We fell back above. We went back above the range. Now we're trending back down. So hopefully we could stay at this level and then pop off again with Pepe, or, we sideways trade and maybe start trending down to this level where we saw this low here, right here, or towards the bottom of our range in general. But that's just what I'm seeing here. Obviously, we had a nice influx of volume with Pepe on May 5th, but we haven't seen that volume since, and the volume has been dwindling. It's like going down the steps. Like, this is what it reminds me of, someone just going down the steps in their house. Like, woo! So there you go. They're just going down the steps. So hopefully the steps can go back up and make this person actually work out again. But we are seeing people walk down the steps and not giving some volume to Pepe. Now, there is speculation that there could be more listings for Pepe, but I'm waiting on that, and I don't want to, give you guys some false hopium or whatever it may be. But again, this is just a daily chart for Pepe. We're going to see what happens there. Hopefully, this is like cause for a breakout since we retraced with Pepe, or we just keep trending downwards because, honestly, again, we're not seeing the volume that we did before with Pepe. It's still number one. It's still one of the hottest pairs on Dex tools. It's up 3% today. So, Pepe's doing all right, but it's not doing like those 1,000%, hundreds of thousands of percent gains that it was previously. Oh, Emma's in the chat. Wow. We got Mad 100 emojis in the chat. Bullish Bradley, welcome to the show. Trevor, I do not give financial advice. And did I miss anybody? If I missed you, and if I did not say hello to you today, then let me know. Chris Hanley said LTC for the win. Yes, get after it. You gotta love Litecoin, dude. It's actually a quality item. It's a quality item. Oh, Caden says, I'm here. Hi, Caden. What's up, Vin? I don't think I said hi to you yet, Vin. Okay, take a look at this, guys. So Litecoin has some articles being written about it. Finally. Let's go Litecoin. Litecoin leaves Bitcoin and Ether behind with a rally to 1 month high. Bitcoin offshoot Litecoin is having a moment amid a broader market lull, rallying 15% over the past 7 days to a 1 month high of $95 on Wednesday. And it's pulled back to $92 at the time of the press, which it is around $92 now. The price puts Litecoin at number 2 on the list of best performing digital assets with at least $1 billion market cap. At the top of the list is the liquid staking solution Lido's Finance Government LDO, up 36%. Obviously, Litecoin is so different than everything else, but Litecoin's Bitcoin-denominated value, represented by LTC-BTC trading pair listing on Binance, has increased 15% on 7 days, alongside a similar move in the Litecoin Ether pair, data charting trading view shows. Now, there is some strategists saying LTC benefited from the recent congestion on the Bitcoin network because of BRC20 tokens, ordinals, and of course, ETH is actually astronomical with their gas fees. But I think obviously people are looking at Litecoin because it's a great alternative. Now, people are speculating: is there a pullback ahead? Because of the halving isn't about 80 days. Listen, friends, people try to hang on Litecoin. You cannot. You actually cannot. This is a beautiful piece of technology. A beautiful piece of technology. And you guys in the chat are obviously bullish on it because you said so. So honestly, listen, you look at Litecoin, you look at Bitcoin. You're like, okay, Bitcoin, it's my store of value. 21 million Bitcoin to ever exist. It's my sound money. Well, not quite, almost sound money, Bitcoin, but it's hard money. It's where I'm storing my wealth. And then you have Litecoin, which has that finite supply as well as 84 million Litecoin, where you could look at it as the digital silver to Bitcoin's digital gold. You could look at it as currency where it's actually feasible to use it. Whether you're doing a $5 transaction to buy a coffee and a chocolate croissant at the cafe, or you're buying a Lambo like a friend of mine has, paying, well, like probably $1 million or something like that, where his fee was less than a penny. People are transacting millions and billions, actual billions of dollars of Litecoin right now if you look at the secondary markets. And how much are they paying for the fees? Pennies. Less than a cent. It could actually scale. Then you have OmniLite, where you could build on top of Litecoin. And then you have MWeb technology, which actually makes Litecoin sound money, where you can opt in to have your privacy to truly capitalize on that movement of saying you want cash. If you go to the store, if I'm going to buy my coffee and a chocolate croissant, I would like to use Litecoin MWeb, because the only people that will know the amount I'm transacting with and who I'm transacting with is just me and the barista at the cafe that's giving me my coffee and my chocolate croissant. And that's the way it should be. Just like cash. I'm handing cash to the cashier or the barista. The only people who know how much is being transacted and who is transacting is just me and them. And that is what you need. You need privacy. You also need transparency. Litecoin. Beautiful. It is so underrated. It's actually believable. Unbelievable. Litecoin is so zesty. And people are like, oh, Litecoin. So people are like, it's good that Litecoin can be boring. No. Litecoin is zesty and respected as such. That's it. Oh God, Retro Mike, I cannot with you. I cannot. J0 said, I look at Litecoin, I look at Bitcoin, then I see Digibyte. Listen, I love Digibyte as well. Shout out to Digibyte, dude. Digibyte's amazing. Digibyte, proof of work as well. And it's feasible for sound money. It's feasible for actually transacting if you're somewhere. Now, again, you're transacting with Bitcoin on chain. Then you're going to wait 20 minutes for a $5 transaction to go through. The fees are going to be a little bit more. Yes, you could say Lightning Network this and Lightning Network that. I understand Lightning Network. I'm a big fan of it. But now even Lightning nodes are getting really expensive to run. And even Lightning fees are starting to step up. So can Lightning really scale the way they want it to scale? Question you have to think about. And what other things should you think about? Where did Lightning Network come from? Litecoin. Who did the first Lightning transaction? Jack Mallers and the beautiful Charlie Lee. Period. This is it. Litecoin was the reason a lot of this stuff with Bitcoin is even around. So put some respect on Litecoin's name, and also give some respect to Digibyte as well. Digibyte is extremely underrated. If I'm going somewhere, if I'm transacting with someone, I would use Litecoin or use Digibyte. Digibyte's a little bit faster than Litecoin. But again, just being able to go somewhere. Thank you, Chris. You gave me the crown. You gave me the corgis. Oh, thank you so much. And a raccoon. Thank you. I do think, again, there's so many things that you could use Litecoin for. It's just amazing. And also shout out to Digibyte. Daddio said, we're 3 to 5 years from seeing Digibyte's true value. I agree, because right now I think we're talking about Bitcoin, obviously. That's what the mainstream is talking about. But I think in the future, people are going to be talking about Litecoin just as much as they're talking about Bitcoin. And then they're going to start talk about Digibyte, how they're talking about Litecoin. So I think Digibyte is looking like, I think, a few years ahead, in my opinion, where people aren't even thinking about what currency are we going to use as currency. And then when people are looking through the options and they're like, okay, what's been around for a long time? What's proof of work? And what is actually decentralized? There you go. Wow. So Chris, you gave me 3 raccoons, 3 cotton shells, and a balloon. Thank you so much. And yes, you are right, my friend on TikTok. Look at my perm. I love that username. That's hilarious. I love that. Litecoin is the longest running blockchain with zero downtime. So not even Bitcoin can say that. I think Bitcoin's total uptime is 99.997 or something to that degree. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But Litecoin is the longest running blockchain with 0% downtime. It's never been down. It's almost 12 years old. Why wouldn't you want a blockchain that's reliable and feasible to use? And I see Crypto Outcast, someone was dissing Litecoin yesterday. Listen, people could diss Litecoin all they want, because the reason why some people, I think, tried to sheesh on it is because there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Name one thing that's wrong with it. I'm waiting. Let me know. I don't know. Sorry I'm going on a little bit of a tangent about it, but I'm passionate. And I think it's extremely zesty and it's underrated. People will realize that very soon. It's liquid. If you look on payments, it's processing more payments than Ethereum and Bitcoin. So, whatever, friends, whatever. We got St. Jerome in the chat. Sam said Sheeb is accepted at Starbucks, McDonald's, and Amazon. Not sure if it will have a move again. I think Sheeb, it has some adoption to it. And I think people like Sheeb, but... Julio, MTC shuts down the LTC hecklers real fast. Yeah, I've been talking about, if you look at, if you go on the GIF thing and you search Digibyte, you'll see a GIF of me going like this. And on my t-shirt, it has Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Digibyte. Money, sound money on the t-shirt. Tells you right there. I've been talking about Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Digibyte, and of course Ethereum, since I got on crypto Twitter in 2020. Been educating people on it since the start. So, and I got a lot of other people into it as well. So, and I'm proud to say that I have been a part of spreading some Litecoin adoption. I go out on the streets. What am I talking about? Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. This is what I'm helping educate people on. It's important. Now, Andrew Tate is doing his own crypto adoption. Oh gosh, I can't retro mic. Cannot with him. Now, we're going to look at Andrew Tate. You know what? I should not start from this tweet because I want to give you some context. Now, there is another. While I'm pulling this up, I'll just tell you guys the backstory. So, if you guys have heard of the Ben token, that is a token that was started by someone called ETH Ben on Twitter. Now, this ETH Ben, they started the Ben token, and then they started to obviously pop off, and BitBoy, aka Ben Armstrong, ended up teaming up with this Ben person and eventually is now taking over the coin. So what you guys could see now is that this ETH Ben person is releasing another token called PSYOP. And I'm not endorsing PSYOP. I am not telling you guys to buy PSYOP. I don't even think you could, because there was a pre-sale that you have to just blindly send money to this guy's wallet, which I think is absolutely insane. But there is a token called PSYOP, and Andrew Tate was saying that he isn't endorsing it at all, and people were saying that, oh, Andrew Tate likes PSYOP because he always says we're in a PSYOP. So this is where this is coming from. Andrew Tate did put out this video yesterday saying that he does not endorse sheesh coins, and he is not a scammer. He called some women in crypto some derogatory things, and which led up to, again, this post talking about sheesh coins. So just so you know, he has been hating on crypto just a little bit recently, even though if you go on his Hustlers University, he does tell you how to get into crypto and NFTs and how to make money in the industry. But so here, Andrew Tate says, I do not endorse sheesh coins. I am not a scammer like every other influencer. I don't need to rob my fans. I have nothing to do with any crypto. Let me see if I can.
Because I'm the most influential man in the world. Every single word I say becomes a fucking coin. I made a joke about Slug, about how it's all a PSYOP, and PSYOP is a man video.
Sorry, I just wanted to skip the bad word.
I talked about how it's all a PSYOP, and PSYOP is a coin. Now some fucking nerd who has the PSYOP coin is saying I endorse this coin. I don't know who this fucking DNG is sitting behind here to the world. I do not endorse any crypto. Tate coin, Top G coin, PSYOP coin, suck my dick.
Oh, and there's Andrew Tate. So he obviously, you could see he's a little bit passionate. Why can't he ever wear a shirt? Because he wants to show off. So here you go. You got Andrew Tate here. Obviously, he's not endorsing any crypto coin. You could see he's a little bit mad right here. If you take a look at that face, he's a little bit angry. So I tried to get you the best clip of the video without cutting out all these angry words that he was saying. But again, he said he doesn't endorse any sheesh coin, and he has nothing to do with this PSYOP coin. We then can move on from this tweet. And this was the banger that everyone was like, oh my gosh, Andrew Tate. He said, okay, frick it. I will endorse a sheesh coin and send it to the frickin' moon by the 1st of June. Don't buy any coin until you get the signal from me. They're all scams. Hustlers, university students will get told 1 hour in advance. Email list gets 5 minutes in advance. Then I pump some random garbage to Valhalla. Sign up at cobratate.com. I thought it was hilarious. People started tweeting how it started, how it ended, but then he got everybody. It was like such a Gato moment because then he put never. So people were like, oh, sheesh. So Andrew Tate basically psyoped us at the end of the day. And he's like, I hate crypto. These women in crypto are horrible. And then he was like, I don't endorse PSYOP. I don't endorse any of these tokens. This ETH Ben guy, who is he? And then an hour later, okay, I'm going to endorse my own sheesh coin. Send it to the freaking moon by the 1st of June. People started losing their minds. And then he wrote, never. So people tried to PSYOP Andrew Tate, and Andrew Tate PSYOPed us. So there we are. We all got trolled by Andrew Tate, and Andrew Tate coin is not coming. Yes, this was troll level 9,000, or yeah, whatever number you would like to come up with there. But this is a very interesting thing that I thought was pretty honestly cool. And the reason why I'm not a fan of what he said about crypto women, I'm not a fan of that he said all of these meme coins are sheesh coins, but I think it's pretty interesting that he is tweeting about meme coins. He is tweeting about all this stuff because it brings more adoption to crypto. It draws all these people in as to what's going on in crypto. Why is Andrew Tate so upset about it? And that's all. Oh my God, Randy exposing me in the chat. Oh my gosh. Because Kenny said he wants to hear me curse. Oh, you probably, like, I think I've slipped a few times on the show. I think I've slipped, but I try not to. Like, I'm trying to keep this a family-friendly channel, which is why, like, it was hard for me to play that Andrew Tate clip. But I do try to keep this a family-friendly channel. Like, I know John Foster, I don't know if he's here today, but he has his daughter Emma that watches as well. So again, I'm trying to keep this a nice family-friendly channel. The bull zest. I love that. Retro Mike said rage MTC rage. I'm not raging. I can't rage at you guys. I won't rage at you guys, and I'm not gonna rage at Andrew Tate either because it's not worth the rage. What I will rage about. No, don't even. No, G is putting that bad energy in the chat. Don't say that we're gonna get banned out here. Retro Mike said, "What's the non-family friendly channel?" Listen. What? I'm not trying to create one that's not family friendly. So now we've been talking about Ledger a lot, and this is what's happening now. Now people were saying, "Oh, Ledger, it's not a bad thing that they're doing this." Like, if you guys don't know what Ledger has been doing, Ledger basically put out this new program or service called Ledger Recovery. And what Ledger Recovery does is it allows you to give your private keys to Ledger plus 2 other companies and shard your private keys into 3 separate entities. That is a horrible idea. Now, it contradicts the reason why Ledger is here. Ledger is here to be cold storage. Ledger is here to promote self-sovereignty, not the opposite. We have to get away from people holding our hands like they did in the traditional financial system, where we always had the banks to rely on to hold our funds. If you're coming into Web3, you're leaving the traditional system. You want to be your own custodian. You want to take that responsibility of holding your funds, not give that away. In the past, we have seen governments send wallets, notices asking for people's recovery phrases, and asking for their funds. The reason why we're here, the reason why we use wallets, is because we know that no one else can do that. And our recovery phrases can't be given to anybody else because the wallets simply don't have it. Well, this changes everything in that aspect. In addition, Ledger was contradicting themselves, also censoring people on Twitter, but saying that There would never be any way for a private key to leave your device. They have said that. Well, now Ledger continues to defend the recovery system, but it says it always is technically possible to extract users' keys. So what they advertise themselves is as cold storage, you can never get your keys out of the Ledger, to now, now you all of a sudden always have, and you trusted Ledger to not take your private keys. This is very concerning. And again, if you are in crypto, you want to be able to have your own keys. Again, there are bank closures happening every single day. So for some people to tell me, a lot of people don't care about being their own bank. They don't care about being a self-sovereign individual. That will be an everybody problem. Banks closing right now, people are taking their money out of the bank at a rapid pace. Bank stocks are going down the drain. And that's for a reason, guys. Obviously, people don't trust the banks. Don't trust somebody else to hold your private keys. And the reason why you left the traditional system, then stay in TradFi if that's what you're going to do. Again, everybody's going to want to care about being their own custodian when things really go downhill with the banks and no one can get their money out. So again, do not give your recovery phrases to anybody because it's straight up foolish and contradictory of why you are here. This is, of course, again, firmware as well. So if you update your ledger, you are susceptible to this. And it's, again, not fair. Dave Digital, thank you for the hundreds and the hearts. Gary Gensler, you said you're for the people. Well, are you for this update? Again, Ledger is continuously defending the recovery system and saying it's always technically possible to extract user keys. Crypto wallet Ledger dug itself into a deeper public relations hole on Wednesday when its support team said on Twitter that it is and always has been possible for the firm to extract users' keys. While answering queries about the firm's new recovery service, Ledger support sent a couple of bizarre tweets which would have done a little to assuage users' concerns, suggesting that it could make customers' assets vulnerable in any way it wanted to, but has thus far not done so. Quote, technically speaking, it is and always has been possible to write firmware that facilitates key extraction. You have trusted Ledger not to deploy such firmware whether you knew it or not, is what they said. There you go. They said it's important to understand that at the end of the day, any hardware wallet solution a user chooses to go with will always require that person to trust this developer to build and maintain a secure device to store your assets. This is absolutely wild. Wild. They need a PR firm to cover this up because this is concerning. Again, users fearing that splitting private keys between third parties could leave it vulnerable, effectively negating the purpose of a hardware wallet. Again, there you go. Ledger argued that this backup option is in fact popular as the possibility of assets becoming irrecoverable by simply mislaying a random set of words could prove a deterrent to invest in crypto. No, it doesn't. It is the reason why we're investing in crypto. Ledger. What is going on? Why is everything so backwards? I feel like I should be backwards. I feel like, you know what? Hold on. I feel like I should be backwards. I'll just talk to you guys like this. That's how I feel. I feel like everything is backwards. Backwards. Doesn't make sense. Everything should be open source, by the way. Ledger should be open source. Jimmy, you're hilarious. He said Ledger pulls out bigger gun, shoots the other foot. Absolutely, that's exactly what they did. Memory Man, what's up? Guys, what is going on with these likes? We only have 60 likes? Like, my friends, where's the love? I need love. I need love. Please share some love. Smash these likes. Share the stream out with friends. Let's get 100 likes and 100 live viewers. I'm concerned. Now I can run for Congress. I'm dead. War player. It's like the IRS got to them. It does seem like someone's whispering in their ear to do this because, again, it's contradictory of why they're here. I don't know what that means, Queso, but you did share the live stream, so I appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining me, by the way. I appreciate you. We're going to reset this goal over here on TikTok. All right. Oh, I didn't mean to put that goal, but I guess it's there now. What ledger do I recommend now? I don't recommend the ledgers. I don't know if they're going to update some firmware and just throw this on you now. So, I've always been a fan of Cool Wallet, Ballet, Elipal, Arculus, all really good wallets. So again, check out some other wallets. This is like absolutely ridiculous. Now, we do have some news with Coinbase. Coinbase joined Chainlink as a node operator, which is really interesting. Now, again, Coinbase Cloud joins Chainlink as a node operator to bolster security. Chainlink is a provider of real-world data to blockchain, said infrastructure provider Coinbase Cloud will become a node operator in its system, adding capacity and security to the so-called Oracle network, according to a Thursday press release. A node operator monitors blockchains for data requests such as stock prices and temperature data, retrieves the off-chain information, and delivers it to the smart contract that issued the request. Other Chainlink node operators include telecom giant Swisscom, Deutsche Bank Telekom, and news provider Associated Press. Chainlink supplies 974 data feeds and has enabled $7.8 trillion worth of transactions since the start of 2022. Coinbase Cloud brings extensive experience, robust infrastructure, and commitment to security, William Riley, global head of CFI sales and strategy at Chainlink Labs, said in the press release. So Chainlink is going off. Someone said, Julio said, Chainlink Sergey is legendary. I would like to interview Sir Chainlink one day. Cold Card MK4. I've heard of Cold Card Elite. I heard Cold Card is pretty cool as well. Again, make sure you guys are smashing these likes. What is going on right now? Let's get 100 likes and 100 live viewers. Ripple. Ripple. How interesting is this? Obviously, I've been warning you guys about this for a while with Ripple, with XRP, considering that Brad Garlinghouse was meeting up with the World Economic Forum in Davos on their last extravagant meetup, and he was saying he was expecting a W for the case concerning XRP, Ripple, SEC. The World Economic Forum also had a whole profile on their website of Sir Garlinghouse saying how great Ripple was. Meanwhile, Ripple is still illegal in the United States, which I found very interesting. And if you looked on Ripple.com, what you would see is their exact objectives, which are CBDCs and helping the governments. So they also recently acquired Medico as well. I would like to just show you guys. This is Ripple.com. You scroll down the Ripples.com. And again, they're all about cross-border payments, crypto liquidity, and of course, CBDCs. Now, I'm not a fan of CBDCs. I don't want CBDCs, and I hope that you guys don't want CBDCs either, because it's contradictory of why we're in crypto. It's exactly the opposite of crypto's true nature. Now, again, Ripple is doing what they said they would do. They're starting a platform for central banks to issue their CBDCs. Ripple is starting a central bank digital currency platform which allows central banks, governments, and financial institutions to issue their own digital currency. Using Ripple's platform, government institutions can manage and customize the entire life cycle of a CBDC, which includes minting, distribution, redemption, and token burning. Financial institutions will also be able to manage and participate in inter-institutional settlement and distribution functions using the CBDC. Central banks can issue both wholesale and retail CBDCs, which can make offline transactions as well. The platform is an enhanced version of Ripple's private ledger, which was started in 2021 for issuing CBDCs. The platform is powered by the XRP ledger, but was built on a new private ledger. Private ledger is key here, friends. Ripple will show the use case for its platform under the HKD pilot, which is the Hong Kong digital currency, a program run by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, the de facto central bank. It is also working with Taiwan's Fubon Bank and builds a product for real estate asset tokenization and equity distribution under the EHKD pilot. My friends, if you are an XRP fan, then I guess cool for you. But at the end of the day, why are we in crypto? Because we want freedom. because we want no custodians, because we want permissionless transactions. CBDCs are the exact opposite of that. Central bank digital currencies, they hinder your freedom completely. You are being watched. It's a complete surveillance tool where every transaction will be watched. Your money will be censored, even the digital Chinese yuan. If you look at that, it connects to your SIM card. And it also expires. So if you get 10 grand this month, you might have to spend it all by the end of the month, or else it disappears. And it will be controlled on where and how you spend it. Of course, there will have to be someone that monitors these transactions. There will have to be someone who approves your transactions. And that, of course, is the central banks. So you are putting your whole life, hindering your whole life, not just your finances, with central bank digital currencies. Now, of course, with Bitcoin, cryptocurrency like that, where it's decentralized, it's not on a private ledger like what Ripple is doing with their CBDCs, where nothing is transparent. Bitcoin holds the truth. Every single transaction with Bitcoin, every single address that has been created is out there on the blockchain. Every transaction is there. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin to ever exist. Not just a magic internet money like a central bank digital currency where they could do whatever they want with it. You can transact with Bitcoin wherever you are, to whoever you want, 24/7, 365. It doesn't matter who you are, what socioeconomic status you have, what you look like, what age you are able to transact permissionlessly. You are able to own your value. CBDCs can be taken from you. Your money can expire. Bitcoin you hold. You are actually in control of it as long as it's in your wallet, stored the right way, where you don't give those recovery phrases out to anybody. You hold your value. You're in control of it, and no one can take it from you. Do not give up your freedoms for central bank digital currencies. Oh, well, Coop, you're not that nice over there on TikTok. Rod said, I had a dream where everything was a central bank digital currency. That's a nightmare, man. That's a nightmare. Thank you, Lou. I appreciate your positive vibes over there on TikTok. No G said, MTC is doing that thing again. I go off sometimes, but it's because I care. I care about this space. I don't care about central bank digital currencies. I don't care about maybe the rich becoming richer. I care about you guys. I care about the everyday person who works their butt off to accumulate the wealth, to accumulate the worth that they have now. Just for it to be diminished with inflation, and even worse with the central bank digital currency that could expire, they could take away from you, completely shut you off from your life, and control where and how you spend your money? No, I won't let that happen. And I will definitely tell you guys how I feel and what the facts are. Because yes, I may be loud. I'm talking very loudly right now. But it's all for good measure. And it's all because I want to get my point across. My friends, I am passionate. It's because we deserve to be free. We have 3 inalienable rights. Don't forget that. Life, liberty, and property. We deserve to have Bitcoin. We deserve to have property that belongs to us, that can't be taken from us, and that we are in control of. If you interact with the Bitcoin network, whether you're a miner, whether you're running a node, whether you're transacting, you are help securing the network. You are agreeing upon a consensus, proof of work, where you know that money, Bitcoin, isn't just printed out of thin air or minted out of thin air. There's energy used for computers to solve complex math algorithms to form a block on the blockchain in which you get rewarded with Bitcoin that's then distributed to everybody from those miners. You're agreeing to a 4-year inflation cycle where those block rewards that those miners get rewarded with Bitcoin gets cut in half every 4 years. This is a system where we are taking the power. We have the control. And where they don't, which is why central bank digital currencies are trying to be brought about. Cryptocurrency, you're absolutely raining on me over there. You gave me 3 hat and mustaches. And Spamby gave me a rose. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Ernesto, what's going on over there? We got Spamby, we got Puddles. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Um, oh gosh, Geronimo, you guys are great. Headset warning for me next time. Sorry, Mr. Strap. Half a block reward is better than ETH going proof of stake. I could hop on that one. Running nodes are the most secure wallets. I could agree with that as well. Listen, it's not easy for people to run a node, but I definitely do encourage it. It's a little expensive, but I do encourage it. Oh, Bulldog, thank you for the 5 roses. I appreciate you, fam. Make sure you guys are smashing these likes, guys. Let's get to 100 likes and 100 live viewers. It would just make my heart flutter like a little butterfly out here. And make sure you guys are entering that poll as well, where we literally have 100. What? We have 107 votes in the poll? But only 76 likes? My heart. My heart. I'm just kidding. Why is the Litecoin emoji bigger than the Bitcoin emoji? I don't know. Actually, I could try to fix that later. I see that. I could try to fix it. I'll fix it, nifty guy. All right, we're going to get back into the news. So see you later, Ripple. I'm over you guys, like 100% over you. We're going to talk about FTX. Oh, whoa, so interesting, FTX. Honestly, it makes me giggle a little bit when I hear about FTX, because all the time there's money being thrown around, but never, ever do the people that got their money or had their money in FTX get it back. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Ooh. Thank you, Mr. Strap, for the 100 emoji, the first super chat of the stream. I believe, right? Oh, actually, no. RustyBot gave a membership first. So RustyBot was first. But thank you, Mr. Strap. I really do appreciate it. DJ Johnny, it's okay. I appreciate you joining. All right, again, make sure you guys are smashing those likes. FTX units sue. Embedded shareholders seek to retrieve $6.9 million. Alameda Research and West Realm Shires, the two wings of the bankrupt FTX empire, are seeking to claw back $6.9 million from embedded financial shareholders, a broker-dealer that Sam Bankman-Fried acquired using FTX funds. According to a Wednesday court filing in Delaware, Alameda alleges that Bankman-Fried and other FTX insiders paid Embed using misappropriated funds in late September 2022, only weeks before the crypto exchange filed for bankruptcy. Alameda and West Realm Shires, better known as FTX US, are seeking to reclaim money to pay Embed shareholders under bankruptcy laws, whereby courts do undo fraudulent transfers of a company's assets in order to prevent them from being repaid to creditors. Again, prevention of creditors being paid. So people still losing. And the shareholders are targeted by the action include Y Incubator and Bain Capital Futures. So again, FTX wants $6.9 million from Embed Financial shareholders that Sam Bankman bought using customer funds? What? So again, people being robbed left and right, yet FTX Alameda is still benefiting from it. And what gets even more interesting is that not only are FTX recovering billions, literally billions of dollars in funds, having millions sent to them from all of these different exchanges and different arms and firms that they use, literally buying them with people's money and customer deposits, which people are still not getting back. A U.S. court asked to reverse decision to not appoint an independent examiner to the FTX bankruptcy. So again, there was going to be more money thrown around to another independent examiner. Let's see how this plays out. A Delaware bankruptcy court must reverse a previous order denying the appointment of an independent examiner in the FTX bankruptcy case. The U.S. trustee, a branch of Department of Justice, seconded court filing. In the filing, the trustee says the bankruptcy court committed legal error in its February decision to oppose the appointment request in a case where the criteria for requiring such an examiner are met, including the condition that the bankrupt estate has over $5 million in qualifying liabilities. In February, Judge John Dorsey of the Bankruptcy Court of Delaware sided with the FTX estate, which argued an investigation would cost around $100 million and slow the progress of the case. Although parties to the FTX case have complained about the alleged costs associated with the appointing examiner, for both legal and practical purposes, any costs associated with appointing an examiner do not justify departure from the statutory requirement to appoint an examiner, whereas here, the statutory criteria are met. DOJ trustee Andrew R. Vara said in the filing. The FTX crypto enterprise filed for bankruptcy in November, and again, SBF is facing criminal charges in the U.S., which he is trying to get out of. So again, there's going to be millions of dollars thrown towards another independent examiner. You have FTX units asking to retrieve $6.9 million. You have billions of dollars recovered in FTX funds, but where do the people get their money back? I am struggling to see it. I don't know if any of you guys see it. Comment it down below. I am just confused. And this is why, again, you have to be your own bank. Stop trusting other people with your funds. We left the traditional financial system because we didn't want to trust anyone else to custody our funds. People made this mistake with FTX, trusting them like a bank. Do not make that mistake. Just like if you went to an airport currency exchange, you're swapping your US dollars for, let's say, euros. You put those euros in your pocket, in your wallet, and you go and spend it in the world. You don't leave those euros on the counter and tell the exchange, I trust you, bro, I'll be back later. No, that's not how it works. An exchange is an exchange. For you to be your own bank, for you to have control of your crypto, it has to be in a wallet. Where, again, you download that wallet or you get the external device and you get recovery phrases and you do not give those out to anybody. You are your own bank. Please, my friends, do not make the mistake. Even the exchanges that are around now, do not make the same mistake. Sal said, you go live, then there's dopamine hits the receptors and gets ignored for YouTube, sells all Litecoin. Sal, no, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm happy that you got some dopamine. I'm not ignoring you. Here you go. Life, flow, zest. If you want to sell your LTC, I can't force you not to. But I'm not going to tell you to sell your Litecoin. I'm not going to tell you to sell it either. Be nice. Let's be friends, Sal. Let's be friends. I know we're just joking around over here. We got Cozy in the chat. Cozy is also really cool. Cozy's also so nice. We have Doyle in the chat. Finally made it to the live show. We got Juice Toes in the chat as well. I love that name. It makes me giggle. Maninja. I don't know if I said hi to you yet today. But my friends, don't you dare trust anybody else with your money. It will get me so upset. It will get me so upset. There's no reason to do that to yourself. There's no reason to be able to just give away your freedoms. Don't do it, my friends. I am begging you not to do it. It is not worth it. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys are listening and being able to do your own research. I am not telling you guys to go buy this and go buy that and go do all this stuff. I'm just telling you the news. I'm telling you what's going on. I'm telling you the facts. I'm telling you how to get into this decentralized financial world without getting hurt. I will always be honest with you. I will always tell you the truth. And I will always stick to the fundamentals of why we are here. We are fundamentally in this space because we want to be able to own our funds. We want to be self-sovereign individuals. We do not want to wait on anybody else to allow us to spend our money, to allow us to hold our wealth, or to allow us or tell us what we are worth. Take control of your wealth. Take control of your money. Don't let anybody hold your hand. Hold your own hand. Give yourself a hug. Go outside and touch some grass. Be independent. You don't need anybody but yourself. No one's going to make it for you except for you. And these people in the banks, the people that run these things, they don't care about the little person. Even Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, she said if you are a small regional bank, if your bank is not going to cause major economic collapse, you will probably not be insured by the FDIC. So nothing is secure. Nothing is guaranteed to you. People think, oh, I'm FDIC insured, I'm covered. No, that's not what that means. It's all very misleading. It's all misleading. Be your own bank. Trust nobody but yourself. There's no one else, again, that's going to do it for you but you. Make sure you guys are smashing these likes, my friends. Rick, reach out and touch someone. Yeah, go out and touch some grass. Go give somebody a hug. Obviously, don't force anyone into a hug, a voluntary hug, but give someone a hug. What's the obsession with the control of money? Because they want to control our money, my friend Rod. They want to control what you are doing, where you are going. Even now, they're trying to cut off how you could buy crypto. If you try to spend your card or your money at a store and they don't like what you're buying or it's too much, then they will block your transactions. You need to be able to have freedom. You need to be able to hold your wealth. Take control of your life. Every day you're putting your credit card information, your debit card information, your personal information out there. You don't have to do that anymore with crypto. You can be independent. You can be a self-sovereign individual. There is absolutely nobody stopping you except for you. Do the right thing. Download a wallet. Get a cold storage device that's maybe not a ledger. Get a cold storage device. Write down those recovery phrases on a piece of paper. Get a piece of metal that they sell online and inscribe it in there because there are things that can do that. Do not trust anybody else. Trust yourself. It is empowering. Be your own bank. Be your own store. Be your own record label. This is all what blockchain could do for you. Share hugs. Be positive. Make sure, again, you are smashing these likes, you're subscribing, you're sharing this stream out with friends, and you're commenting after this is over. Whether you feel we're going to have a bullish weekend, a bearish weekend, or you're going to go touch some grass and eat a cookie, let me know. Comment it down below. And as always, my friends, stay zesty. Peace. Have a great weekend. Bye.